We're wrapping up day 3 here at GSX, and we're sitting here and we're coming up with what we liked and the most about GSX. And I have to admit, I had a couple customers that were here that specifically had some application questions, and I think one of the products that I really looked at was the AZO had a decoder, hardware decoder that could do 48 streams, but also they had a decoder built-in monitor. So again, if you need a monitor with it built-in software, or if you actually need a piece of hardware, definitely AZO has some products that I think most of our customers don't think about.
So I think the one product that I was very happy to see and get to play around a little bit with here is the MIC 7100, especially the Ultra version. Very excited for it to come out. That way I can take it to a couple of ITS customers and show them how great this camera is. So I'm just excited for the release of that. How about you, Brad?
So day 3, we've had a lot of interaction with a lot of people, a lot of manufacturers. I think overall it was a great presentation and new product introductions. I saw a lot of really promising stuff out there. Orion Entrance Control had their new door guard, getting ready to release with some new mounting options, and which I think is going to be a huge plus. Southwest Microwave with their IP PoE micropoint product, which is going to be a huge benefit. And then we saw some nice new camera launches at the Bosch booth today, this morning, that we went over, which I think is going to at least, allow us to reach out into other markets that we weren't previously able to do. So that'll be a positive. But overall, a lot of good conversations. A lot of good meetings, and hopefully we can schedule some follow-up stuff with some customers that weren't able to make it, and continue on delivering information and go from there. So how about you, Steve?
I think from my perspective, the best thing is we have an hour and 25-minute plane ride to get home. No, I'm just kidding. No, I think the best thing, I tried to spend a little bit of time talking about the user interface piece of the product that we're talking about. Some new and exciting things that make stuff easy. We're starting to see a lot more of those incidents out there in the public where things get turned upside down really quick, very fast. It's going to require the customers to be able to do things very simply under high stress, and I think I tried to go over and show some of those things that make things very simple. Back to that, very basic, few choices to make, simple choices to make, not this elaborate, crazy effort to do things or to get things to happen in a system. So I really hope that kind of helps. I know that we spent a lot of time interested in that because we're seeing a lot more opportunities, and we're having customers ask us a lot more about those sort of things, like what happens in my command center when something goes wrong. We know what goes on every day, but now, when that stress level goes over the top, out the roof, what happens? What are the guys in there expected to do, and how is that going to affect the outcome of the event that's occurring? I think that's a big thing. So there's a couple manufacturers that have a lot of that. I had the opportunity to talk to a couple of customers about some new technology that outside of what we normally do. However, it's interesting. I think it's going to be more for the future, that drone technology, some of the LiDAR stuff, and some other things that are very, very new, like on the horizon, kind of in their infancy right now, but just seeing them, learning them at this stage and understanding where they're going to be in the future. And I think that's going to be a big thing for customers because that's an ongoing conversation, but the technology's finally trying to catch up to where the need is in terms of application of the stuff. So those are the things that I covered, and again, I'm looking forward to an hour and 20-minute, an hour and 30-minute plane ride to get back home. So if you need anything from any of us, please don't hesitate giving us a ring. We'll be home tomorrow trying to catch up a little bit on everything we're behind on. But next week, if you need to talk about anything if you were here and you saw it, or you saw it in any of our videos, or you just want to ask a question about something we ran into, please don't hesitate giving any of us a ring. We'll be happy to kind of jump on and get right back to you as soon as possible.
Sounds good, guys.
Thanks.